Okay, alrighty, here we go. Good morning. Happy Monday, ladies. All right, I am going to make sure I can see some comments that are coming in, and I think I can. Great. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to my morning huddle, my 15-minute morning huddle. Yesterday, if you didn't see, I posted in the group that I am going to have daily 15-minute morning huddles for you to hop in and plan your day. And what does that mean, Dora? How are you planning your day? We're going to talk about goals and mindset and strategy and accountability. And where the heck did I come up with this idea of having morning huddles? Um, well, Hi, good morning. So if you are listening or coming in, please come in and say hi, and I will catch your comments. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Anna. So good morning again to the morning huddles, which start today. So I'm going to set the stage as to what the morning huddles are and how long they're going to happen. So I'm kicking this off because some of my one-on-one client said we need more accountability. So I have this beautiful group and this beautiful community. So every single morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're a client on the West Coast, you're gonna have to hop in for replays. I'm gonna go live at 9 a.m. every morning for 15 minutes to bring everyone together in a morning huddle so we can talk about goals, mindset, strategy, accountability, and measurement of all the above. Measurement of all the above. You cannot measure success unless you measure success. So when you hear yourself say, I'm going to be successful, how are you measuring that? That's a really just popped into my brain. I had to share that. So I'm going to set the stage around what these morning huddles are and why, like where they come from. So back in the day, good morning. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. Yes, yes, yes. So back in the day, um, I would manage teams, right? So I worked at the bank. I was a banker. I call myself a recovering banker. And so I managed a lot of teams and I coached, literally coached a lot of teams. And for years and years and years, I would have a morning huddle with my team. And it was every day. And then when I left finance and went over to startup, once again, morning huddle with the team every day. And so now we're doing morning huddles with my team of women in the Women Who Soar community. And what happens during a morning huddle? What happens during a morning huddle is are the following things. We talk about motivation and momentum. What are we motivated by? What makes us happy? How do we keep momentum? Those three things are kind of going to lead into our day because if we don't have motivation or momentum, it's really hard to do the things that we want to do throughout the day. So, motivation and momentum, we're going to talk about skill set and how when we go into our day and we have a goal, whatever our goal is, do we have the skill set to meet that goal? I'm going to talk about the activities that we're doing throughout the day and throughout the week so we can really perfect our talents. And here's something that I want to talk about this morning as to why the morning huddle is actually really, really important. One is there's no winging it in this game of building our businesses. There's just no winging it. And there's also no hope in strategy. So I hope I will get there is absolutely no strategy. So We need real, tangible things that we're doing throughout the day and throughout the week to keep us on pace. So now now the uncomfortable of what I want to share today. Okay, so let's think about what we're doing and what we think is going to work to get us our next sale, our next client, grow our business, meet our income goals. And let's talk about some hard stuff for a moment. So when I worked at the bank, we had these morning huddles every morning because we couldn't wait for marketing to drive clients to us. So my entire team had goals that they had to meet. They had loan goals they had to meet. They had quarterly goals they had to meet. They had revenue goals they had to meet. And working for a huge commercial bank, the team that I managed, they weren't waiting for the marketing department to drive people into their office and to schedule meetings with them. So I say that because content, this thought that if I just post enough content, then people will schedule with me, people will buy from me, sales will happen. It's not happening in billion-dollar banking industry. Why is it going to happen in your small solopreneur business? So take that idea off the table. That the idea of if I just market and post enough, then I'm going to meet my goals. Just like when I managed the team of top performing sales leaders, they weren't waiting for marketing to drive in their clients. They had a clear strategy of what they were going to do every single day, every single week to make sure that they were going to hit their goals. And not all the time did they want to do it. And not all the time did they feel comfortable. And not all the time did they feel like they had lots of belief in themselves. But that's okay. They still did it. So not only that they still did it, but I loved coaching people that were motivated by big wins. They wanted to see economic power. They wanted to see that they could win the trips, win the cars, win the big bonuses. And that those were the people that were hugely successful because they were motivated by something. So in the morning, what are you motivated by? What are you motivated by? What makes you happy? What gives you momentum? Think about that. And that can help drive you past that uncomfortable potential fear that you have going into your day. The other thing I wanted to say that's hard, that some people might not like to hear this morning, is there is a time and place for us to center ourselves and meditate and manifest. Every single morning, you'll catch me reading one of my books so I can center in for the day, so I can go into my day with feeling calm, right? I used to suffer from panic attacks. I suffered from panic attacks for years, and it was stress from work life, family life, household life. All that stress caused physical reactions of panic in my body. So one of the things that I do that has calmed that, one of the things is to make sure that I start my day calming my body, physically calming my body. But as part of the morning huddle, when we are looking at how we're going to grow our businesses and what the strategy is, hi, thanks for coming in. Good morning. When we're thinking about the strategy, this is the hard thing I'm going to say. Meditation and manifestation is also not a strategy to grow your business. It's a strategy for your center. It helps you stay calm, but it isn't a strategy to actually grow your business. I'm going to tie that back to the example of the bank. So if I'm in a morning huddle with my team of top performing sales leaders and we're practicing and we're role playing and we're building out their scripts and we're practicing profiling and they're getting their strategy together. There's no hope. It's not winging it. It's put together. One of the things that we're not doing is trying to manifest that they're going to get the sale. We're actually going to proactively do it. So those are the two things that are out there in the world right now, being hit from all different angles, that if you just post enough content and if you just manifest enough, you're going to make six figures or make $20,000 a month or whatever it is. The reality is you have to have momentum, motivation, the right mindset, belief in yourself, and a really great strategy, and practice in your skill set. That's the reality. So those other things are fine, but if that's how you're trying to grow your business, it's just not going to happen. So yeah, good morning, yay. So for the remainder of the week, when you hop on, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what your goals are for the day, for the week. I want to hear what challenges you're facing. I want to hear what your strategy is for the week, what activities you're planning on doing. I want to hear what you want to make this week. I want to hear what decisions you're making, how you're proactively going out there and making things happen. And I'm going to teach. So I will show up and give you some nuggets of coaching. Today, the nugget was why the huddle is so important and what to do in that huddle. So if you are looking for clients this week, if you're looking for sales this week, if you're looking to grow your business this week, we're going to really key in on how human connection can do that. How the discovery call, the sales call, the prospect, the audience, the conversation, how that can really impact your business. And we're going to start tomorrow with talking about when you're having a call with someone, how you set an agenda and you set an outcome. So I'm going to leave you with that carrot, and we're going to talk a whole lot about it tomorrow. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thanks for joining my morning huddle. Bye.